Telltale's second season of Batman is winding down, but not without answering a few questions first while setting up for a raucous, explosive finale. The Enemy Within, much like its predecessor, has been a bit of a roller coaster ride in terms of consistency. The exciting prospect of playing as two characters in both Bruce Wayne and his alter ego, the Caped Crusader himself, has not always been executed to the highest level. Additionally, most decisions that I made in earlier episodes, in both respective seasons, haven't felt like they've made much of an impact on where the story was going, and thus left me kind of emotionally devoid. But I'm happy to say that all of that is out the window in Episode 4, What Ails You? It's the best episode that Telltale has produced in nearly 2 full seasons of Batman. And what's even better is that we've got a cliffhanger on our hands as we wait for the season finale. Starting off where we left off in Episode 3, it's not much of a spoiler to say that Bruce survives his encounter with Mr. Freeze. The underlying theme in What Ails You centers on John Doe and his relationship with Batman. Things have always been fishy, but now things are changing. As Harley Quinn tightens her grip as leader of what is essentially the future Suicide Squad, John begins to reach his breaking point. It's voice actor Anthony Ingruber's time to shine, and he doesn't look back, delivering one of the best performances to date in any Telltale game. From John's improbable relationship with Bruce to his deteriorating psyche, you can probably guess where this is going. The relationship between Batman and Joker has always been one of the most attractive things about any Batman movie, show, comic, or game. The way things are allowed to play out in The Enemy Within take things to an entirely different level. Because John isn't technically the Joker yet. My playthrough as Bruce and Batman has been one of genuine nature. I've tried to look out for John, to help him, to save him ahead of the inevitable outcome that's waiting just around the corner for him. Whether or not I'm able to do that is up for debate, but I think it actually lays a solid foundation if Telltale decides they want to do a third season of Batman. I've always been of the mind that no Joker origin story is the best way to go, but this approach with John seems to satisfy both that need and the ability to provide a fresh new spin on one of DC's greatest villains. Episode 4's pacing is nearly perfect, with perhaps one weak point in the middle of the episode with the now traditional romp through the Batcave. One thing the episode does provide is the best fighting sequence I've ever enjoyed in a QuickTime event setting. No one is off limits, and you'll take on some of Batman's most formidable, recognizable adversaries all in a matter of minutes. I was truly wowed at the excitement level as the fight was fast, furious, and hard-hitting. QuickTime events are certainly not for everyone, but this sequence serves as a nice ambassador for those it's trying to convince. The atmosphere is the best it's ever been, as there were several moments in which I was truly creeped out and on edge. This leads me to the belief that Telltale should try their hand at the horror genre, right? Wouldn't that be... Anyway, I digress. The color palette is one of neon-centric nature at times, featuring brilliant shades of green and purple. Sound familiar? I found myself eagerly making my way through each new chapter, all leading up to the climax of the episode. In this final portion of the playthrough, I was forced to make some very tough decisions, ones that affected a number of aspects on the greater story of the season. Namely, John Doe and Amanda Waller. At the end, I was legitimately unsure if I had made the right call, leaving me feeling uneasy. What have I done was scrolling through my mind, like in one of those Bioshock would you kindly moments. Ironically enough, I may have been my own worst enemy. What Ails You really packs a punch. It's an hour and a half of intrigue, bliss, and intensity. It's the best to date in a 9-episode deep run thus far. Yeah, it's really that good.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Anything in here could kill ya.
I have to go.
We'll be waiting right here.